Piano technique is the most misunderstood part of our teaching. Most people think piano technique is all about fast fingers, impressive speed, and a loud sound. But that mindset is exactly what creates tense, mechanical players instead of real musicians. However, if we want more than just finger gymnastics at the keyboard, we need to consider the whole musician, the tension-free body, the quality of sound, and the musicianship. Only when all of these work together does piano technique start serving real music, not just finger movement. Technique is never something isolated, standing on its own. Real technique always includes a whole complex of other skills. Fyodor Loshetitsky said that the foundation of technique is sound production. If the sound is harsh, forced, or empty, the performance will not touch people's hearts, no matter how fast the fingers move and how loud the piano sounds. Our goal is not to raise piano acrobats. Our goal is to raise musicians, children who can produce a beautiful tone, feel the phrase, connect personally with the piece and the composer, convey composer's message to the audience, and express their own feelings at the piano. So from the first lessons, technique must serve sound. Every movement, every touch, every exercise is about how it sounds and how it feels. To develop tension-free technique that serves the sound, every pianist must learn the most essential skill, the ability to switch quickly and easily between tension and relaxation. Most students simply don't know how to do that. That's why relaxation work in the beginning lessons is absolutely necessary, both away from the piano and at the piano. We have to compare how tension feels and how relaxation feels. We have to explore how the body can let go, melt, and breathe. Without this, everything else, no matter how clever, sits on top of chronic tension. Now here is the problem. A 4-year-old or 6-year-old doesn't care about relaxation concepts or technical efficiency. They do not understand the purpose of these exercises if we explain them in adult language. So with young children, all this has to be done in the form of games. We listen to beautiful classical music and we let the body move naturally. We invite the arms, wrists, and fingers to find free, flowing motions that match the character of the music. Through play, their body discovers the right feeling of relaxation. Through imagery and story, they begin to associate certain movements with certain sounds without heavy, abstract explanations. In other words, the body learns first through experience, not through explanation and demonstration.
Ready? Wrists. Elbows. Drop. And once more. Wrists. Elbows.
After developing an understanding and awareness about relaxation of the whole body, then arms, wrists, and hands, we must help beginners to establish a proper sitting posture. It's one of the most important technical skills. It takes time to develop, but it's often underestimated. Many teachers explain the correct posture following the method book's checklists, but then they don't follow up, and the students fall back into low sitting position, slouchy back, and dangling down legs. I like to follow the analogies of Fyodor Loshetitsky, who was a student of Karl Czerny. He compared the posture of a pianist to a horseback rider. Think of a good rider. They sit tall and unrestrained on the horse. They are balanced, centered, alert, but not still. And most importantly, they yield to the movements of the horse. At the piano, we must sit the same way. We sit balanced and centered. We feel three main support points, such as sitting bones on the bench, the feet firmly on the ground or on the footstool, the fingertips resting on the keys. With these three support points, we can distribute weight in a healthy way, from the torso through the arms into the hands and fingers. Developing a correct posture is like developing any other habit. It takes time and repetition. If we correct posture only during the weekly lesson, and then child sits incorrectly for the rest of the week at home, progress will be very slow. In some cases, the habit of incorrect posture becomes so strong that it's nearly impossible to change later. That is why during the first months, I ask parents to send me videos and photos of how the student sits at home. I check everything: the bench height, the distance from the piano, the shape of the back, the position of the feet, whether they have a proper footstool. Parents learn how to correct these details themselves. When the home environment supports correct posture, the habit forms much more quickly and naturally. When we teach young beginners, it's important to remember that children don't learn by worldly explanations or lengthy demonstrations. They do not think in abstract terms. You cannot simply say, move your wrist vertically, or rotate, or refine your touch. These words have no strong meaning in their world. That is why, in my own curriculum, Tales of a Musical Journey, I use a story with characters that travels through the entire course. Each character represents certain musical concept and technical skill. The narrative and images help children remember what to do and why they are doing it. For example, following the European tradition, starting from Beethoven, technique begins with using the weight of the arm on the key. The best approach is starting on the finger number 3, which is naturally strong and well placed. From the beginning, this finger supports the whole body's weight. We use simple vertical wrist breathing exercises when the wrist goes down with the sound and releases with the end of the sound. From this foundation, we build everything else. We work first on non-legato with one finger. Then we gradually add finger number 2, 4, and eventually 5 and 1. The student learns how to distribute weight, how to create a good tone with each finger. From there, 2-note slurs evolve very naturally. Then 3-note slurs, 4-note slurs, and then longer phrases. Even staccato grows out of a well-understood non-legato. From observing many lessons and speaking with teachers, there are 2 big mistakes that appear again and again. First, many teachers start beginners with 5-finger patterns and isolated finger exercises, ignoring the rest of the body. The playing apparatus is not just fingers and hands, it's the entire body. If the torso, shoulders, and arms are stiff or disconnected, no amount of finger work will truly solve the problem. Second, there is often not enough ear work integrated into lessons. We cannot expect our students to love classical music if they rarely hear it, and we cannot expect them to listen deeply if music is always just a background noise. That's why at the lesson, they must hear music, listen actively, and be guided in what to listen for, the character, the dynamics, the phrasing, the colors. So these are some of my core ideas about beginning piano lessons and developing technique. Technique must always serve the sound. The most essential skill is the ability to move between tension and relaxation. Young children need games, toys, stories, and vivid images, not abstract instructions. Exercises, scales, chords should grow step by step from a solid foundation. And above all, ear training and musical imagination must be woven into each lesson. If we approach techniques this way, we do not create little acrobats. We help children become true musicians, connected to the sound, connected to the music, and connected to themselves. If you found these ideas helpful, let me know in the comments what topics you would like to hear more about. And feel free to share this with other teachers and parents who care about healthy artistic piano playing.